What's up out there? And I don't know what happened to this stupid microphone. What's up out there, y'all? I wasn't gonna go live today, but I said let me go live because I had a thought that came through my mind. So, and it was just lingering. So I said let me share this while it's on the tip of my right there on top in front of my lobe. Um, I'm waiting for the 2 minute mark, see if anybody comes in here. Anybody else comes in and shares with me. Um, I feel like nobody could be this much of a crash dummy. That it's not possible unless they're so indoctrinated into a certain mindset and have no discipline that would allow them to be able to tell the difference between reality and illusion. And I think that's where James Jr. is stuck at. I think he wants to be his father. And I think he has no discipline. And this is where discipline, y'all, is so important for the parents and for the shaping of your child that you're bringing up in life. Because when you have a child, they're like an empty computer, like, and you put in all the applications. And we all know we love our children. I don't care how disgusting you are, how much of a demon you say you are. We all love our children. Most of us do, unless we have some type of mental problem or something. But we love the children we bring into this world. But you have to have a balance with that love. Because discipline can make or break a person. Discipline, getting embarrassed in front of people, is a method of shaping and molding people. I'm going to show y'all how. When we used to get embarrassed by being disciplined by our parents, we get a beating in front of everybody. Our mother slaps us because we went outside we wasn't supposed to, or something like that. You go to the school and your mother beat your ass in front of the classroom. That's what we used to go through when we was coming up. But it gave us a certain amount of discipline because we don't never want that to happen again. We don't want to be embarrassed like that and put on display. But that same feeling, emotions that we have as human beings was used against us. And what you talking about, Lotus? Um, with the internet and social media, for instance, let's take Chicago. See, these people have think tanks. They sit around and they plan things and they study people's reactions and stuff like that. So, first they came out with the Wire series to poison that generation of children, to program them into gang membership and murder. They even knocked down the buildings in The Wire. And if you notice, one of the most notable shooters that they had over there that supposedly stepped on business, stood on business, was K.I. Jakira. And Jakira used to call herself Snoop. You got the dude that was rocking with Boosie, Marlo Mike. Marlo was a character on The Wire. So I'm just saying this because I want y'all to understand. I want to give y'all a clear picture. So if you're not doing nothing, just roll up right now and just sit back and just listen to me. It ain't gonna hurt you. Now you watching these shows, right? And you a kid, so you automatically getting programmed. And then on all of these broadcasting shows, they would say how The Wire was the number one. It's brilliant. It's the greatest TV series ever. And the reason why they were saying that was because they knew how it was written And some of the things they put in there strategically was made to program the next generation. So let's say I think The Wire ended in like 2004 or 5. But when those kids that was watching that turned 15 and 16, 17, 18, they became murderers. I'm not just saying it was the shows. I'm just saying they use things to do this. They use things to predict our behavior and plant things for a certain outcome. And The Wire was one of the things that they used. The second thing that was used was them separating adults from the youth as far as us schooling y'all. Like giving y'all what we learned and experienced in life so that y'all would know a little better. Y'all would know better when you was faced with it. So they came up with this law: if you beat your children, which I just was saying was a part of discipline because of the embarrassment. You don't want to be embarrassed like that. So now you don't have that. So now there's no consequence for the child that they're afraid of. They don't have to face nothing. There's no consequences. So if they want to push grandma down on the floor, it ain't nobody around to beat their ass because the adults don't want the child to call the cops on them. Okay. So you look at STL now and you look at O Block. And these kids is going back and forth with each other in their own world in Chicago. And someone comes along and starts blogging about it and puts it out there for the world stage to see. And now these people don't want to be embarrassed. You told me to S my D. You said F my dead brother. You said this and this and that. So now it's like you forcing the person to respond because you don't want to be embarrassed. And not only that, as they slowly, gradually started growing and becoming more popular, they didn't realize this. They're just doing what they usually do in their hoods. That's what they do. That's how they get down. But it's now on the screen now. It's being projected to the rest of the world. And everybody's wondering why things are the way they are. So let's go to J. Prince Jr. He's probably was a spoiled brat. And he didn't have to work to get that position that he had in hip hop. He didn't have to work for that. It was given to him. He inherited that position. His father had already paved the way. But he's trying to fill those shoes now. He's trying to gain that respect. And in this generation, it's different from his father's generation. We weren't that violent. As long as y'all knew that we wasn't nothing to play with, you really didn't have to put hands on people and hurt people too much. You know what I'm saying? That didn't really happen all the time until Suge came along and brought that aspect into hip hop. It's kind of fucked us up. So now they're using these people now to not only plan an agenda on us and our children, on the whole black community, the culture, not only to fuck that up, but to prey on people, to basically prey on the black community. So now you got this boy, he's trying to prove himself to his father. He comes up with mob ties. And what are they associated with? Not business. They're associated with street shit because I'm not going to put it fully blame it on him because he's young. But that's what's out now. That's what it is now. If you want to gain respect, you got to be a shooter. You got to be a killer. Got to be a demon. So he gets into this quarrel with argument with Quavo, and Takeoff gets shot in the head, and he's seen on camera just walking away like it's nothing, like he think he in the movies or something. Because what we don't realize, we fail to realize is that boy ain't grow up in the hood. He ain't have to rob from nobody to get some dinner or something or feed himself and his little brother or none of those situations that some kids in the hood do face and they wind up turning to be ruthless. They just trying to eat. They stealing because they got to eat. They ain't stealing because for no reason. So because this lifestyle is now on stage now as something to be admired and something to strive to be, this is where it came to. Now, maybe Jay Prince Sr. is not rocking with that. He's from another generation. So maybe Jay Prince Jr. is thinking, well, I can't move the way I want to move. And maybe subconsciously, he's doing all of this shit. He's trying to take his daddy down. I don't know. But you can't be that much of a crash dummy the way this boy's been crashing out. And I think that Jazz Prince is a little bit smarter than the older one, Jay Prince Jr. Yeah, he's smarter than him. He moved differently. He a little bit more laid back. He's not as obnoxious as Jay Prince Jr. is. He got more of the business part of his dad. He has the business personality. And if this doesn't mess him up, he can fill his father's shoes. I don't think Jay Prince Jr. can. He's too caught up in trying to be the man, and he's not prepared for that. He don't have the mentality. He don't have it. Now you got these young boys that don't have no money. They crashing out because they're around him, and he's around all these superstars with all these jewels and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that play a part in here. They're using our own people to to mess us over. But it's all a plan. It all comes from a bigger plan, y'all. It's never just by incident or by happenstance or it just happened. It's a coincidence. They stage it to look like that. They could stage anything they want to. This is Hollywood. We ain't gonna know. We wasn't there. But you can't have a life now that where everything is on camera. Everything is on camera. And these people take so long. It just came out the other day that Jay Prince Jr. was the one arguing with Quavo. Why haven't we heard that he's in for questioning or something like that? Isn't that enough to question somebody or have them in custody, question what the hell happened? You know who did this, it was your party. When I look at these type of things, that's what makes me think that it was a setup. That's execution style when you shoot somebody twice in the head. He got shot right directly in the back of the head. What you shoot what you shoot takeoff for? He wasn't arguing with you. Quavo was the arrogant one. So what was you so angry and upset about? Why did you speed off from the scene, Jay Prince Jr., and run red lights for? And that's supposed to be your man's, and he was laying on the floor. I don't care what type of squabble you got into. But here's the thing. There's no honor and there's no respect. And he's not a thief. He didn't have to be no thief. So you can't use that term and dismiss it with there's no honor amongst thieves because he wasn't no damn thief. He had more than most of us had. So I'm starting to lean towards this boy is trying to take over. His Jay Prince Sr. is in a messed up position because he can't control Jay Prince Jr. His head is getting too damn big with this mob tie stuff. And it got carried away. And I believe that they're going to bring the RICO on these people. Because I can guarantee you that the jeweler's name is going to pop up in this case. And if it doesn't, that's going to be very suspicious if his name doesn't pop up in this case. Because they have the film of the dice game, the gambling game. Everybody, that's all over the internet. And these people watch the internet. Because Whack 100 I just was listening to Whack 100 when he was saying that a federal agent called him and him and Jay Prince Sr. was going back and forth on the internet about the footage for the Larry Hoover documentary. And they said that She played the phone call with the agent, and she was like, "Well, we've seen that you guys have been going back and forth on the internet, so we just wanted to know if you have received any threats from Jay Prince Sr." So it looks like they have their eye on him. Okay, I don't know for what, because that was before all of this mess happened with Duke the Jeweler and Takeoff. But maybe there was something that the public doesn't know that they're watching him for. I don't know. Or maybe somebody's just trying to destroy J. Prince Sr. and brought the little boy in on it because he want to be the man. You never know nowadays. Because he's doing too much. This wasn't no blow Joe person that they shot in the head and left on the floor like that, y'all. This was one of the Migos. This was one of them top crossover mainstream rap groups. And this guy is seen walking away like he ain't even never seen him before, like he didn't invite them to the party, like they wasn't the Migos. So that shows me that Junior's crashing out. He can't tell reality no more from illusion. His head is too goddamn big. And nobody can penetrate him. He don't listen to nobody. And it's going to cost him. And it's going to damage his father's legacy. So I want y'all to learn from this story, y'all, because he didn't have no reason to be crashing out like that. He didn't have no reason to be out there perpetuating this type of image. He could have had his own office or two, some property and all that. You got to question his movements. People live like that because they don't have a choice and they trying to get it out here. This dude didn't have no reason to be doing the things that he's involved in. None whatsoever. So don't be a crash dummy, y'all, and follow these people. There's so many things out here now for y'all to get money. Y'all don't have to be crash dummies. Y'all don't have to just give y'all life away like that. And I don't mean to be preachy up here or nothing, because I know that's boring, but somebody got to say it to y'all. Because it's everything is against y'all having the right mentality and being able to think for yourself. And nobody goes against what the status quo or what most of the people is following. Everybody's afraid to tell the truth. And that shit is just designed to fuck y'all up. And if y'all don't believe me, just take a look at how many people is gone now. I can't even look. Triple X, Pop Smoke, Mo 3, FBG Duck, FBG Cash, Jada Youngin. I said him already. Um, it's so many I can't even remember no more. That's terrible. King Von. Um, don't y'all think this is too many rappers? I'm already at 7. Um, who else? So many of them. It's so many. I can't remember all these people. But that's not the way it's supposed to be. If you get into the rap game, you should be safe. You ain't in the streets no more. You're around a bunch of people with money. You bringing along these string alongs. And I can never do a live with somebody calling my phone. What is it? Anyway, PNB Rock, yes, Ken. PNB Rock, it's probably some other people that we Lil Keed. Um, it's just sad, y'all. This is not reality. Do you see any rock and roll stars dying or any other genre of music people dying? That goes to show you like there's a lot of mental illness with us. It's why do we do this to each other? Why we can't look out for each other? And then you can see sometimes of people the things that the outsiders even say like they knew them. Like the jealousy even spreads to people they don't even know. Like they glad they dead and they shouldn't have did this and they shouldn't have did that. Like it's just horrible. It's like a fucking nightmare watching this shit, y'all. It's like a scary movie just playing over and over and over, and it doesn't end. I hope that this murder of Takeoff changes the climate. I hope that this will, not only because it's takeoff, but because it make everybody look back and say, look at all of the rest of them too. Like that was one of the only outlets we have left. They done took the money off the streets. There's no more. You can have your little side hustle, your little numbers, your little weed. They got the dispensary for that. They got the lotto for the numbers. All the little street things that people used to be able to do to make their little change and stuff on the or even a drug game. I'll take the crack game over seeing this shit, y'all. And I thought the crack game was bad. This shit right here is unbelievable and it's not normal, but they're trying to make it feel normal to us. You know how many people said they knew somebody else was going to die? That's because it's a pattern too. It's a pattern. Like every 2 to 3 months or something, one of these rappers is dying. That's not the way it's supposed to be, fam. So something got to change, and the change comes from the audience. The change comes from, if you're talking about you shot your op yesterday or how you shot some black man in the head, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that no more. Because if we don't change the climate, this is a type of climate our kids is going to have to live under, and us, and our parents, and our grandparents. We are creating this climate. It didn't just happen by itself. We're responsible for that. All of us. Because we love action. I'm not going to lie, I love action too. But I know I'm smart enough to know that my ass is conditioned to like things like that. We got to tell the truth here. We got to heal ourselves because this is not a future. This is not. I could see if some people was gangsters, but every damn body want to be a gangster. Even if you get the hell out the hood, you still want to be playing shoot 'em up, bang bang. Does that make sense? Shouldn't you be on a yacht somewhere, chilling, playing some music with the girls, or with your kids, your family? You living a life now. Why you want to stay stuck there? Because it's conditioning. And they use these people to keep us in that mindset. And now that they don't allow but one type of music to be accepted, like that they'll promote, is that's drill and murdering each other and stuff like that, then that's all the kids are hearing. Not only is it that, but you got the movies, you got these power series, everything is killing. There's always some black man on the floor with his brains leaking out. No wonder everybody didn't panic as much as they should have seeing takeoff like that, yo. We see that shit on TV every 5 minutes. I'm lying? We're conditioned. We're conditioned really badly. And it's not cool because you got kids and your kids going to grow up into a world like that, and you might not be able to protect them. So it's your responsibility right now to make sure if you got a little baby that's growing up, that you change the climate out here. You help to try to change the climate. Because one thing with young people, and I'm not knocking them, because this generation of young people, y'all are smart as hell. Because when we was young, we didn't even know this much. But um, train your kids to think for themselves, yo. Train them from what's right from wrong so that they can protect themselves also. They can help you protect them. Somebody actually got on my one of my comments where I was showing a video of when Duke the Jeweler was at that gambling game, and he was like, "You can't read a room like that." I was like, "Is you stupid?" Like he must have been from the suburbs. Because everybody from the hood should have a third or fourth sense. Like y'all, you could feel something ain't right. Especially in that damn video. That was obvious. So these type of people is involved too in these conversations we be having, and they don't know what the f they be talking about. They need to shut up. Shut up if you've never lived in the hood and you've never experienced being in the hood. Stay the fuck out this conversation, because we got some repairing to do and some fixing to do out here. We ain't got time to be playing with you fucking knuckleheads. Don't ever come on anything of mine if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because I'm trying to do something here. I'm not just up here talking shit. I'm trying to shift this energy that we have so we can do some repairs. We need some serious help. We need to help each other. I'm sick of seeing these people that you be used to listening to their music and your kids like them or you like them. Listen, and then the next thing you know, they dead. And you see in the video all over the internet with them laying on the floor with blood leaking from them. That shit ain't normal. That's insanity. That shit ain't normal, y'all. I don't want to hear nothing else. And people say, "Oh, everybody's talking about just care about rappers. You don't know them. That's not the point. That's still one of us. We don't look at each other as a collective. We look at each other separately, and that shit is killing us too. Because that gives people the room to just come in and do anything they want to us. We really need each other. Can you imagine being the only 10 black people to look out for each other? We better get it together. Because every other race, they look out for each other but us. We do all the sacrificing. We still out here entertaining people and all this, and we dying like flies out here. Like it's crazy. If it's not the murders things, it's sickness or something else. This dude, J. Prince Jr., is a menace to society. J. Prince Jr. is a poison to the community. He's actually doing the job of people who hate us. And people are respecting him for that. You mean to tell me this happened in Houston twice within less than 2 months and nobody's been arrested? The only thing I could think of, y'all, that why nobody is in custody is because these people is going to get the RICOs on them. A lot of these groups out here that's been playing these type of roles and extorting people and preying on the black community that's trying to get the hell out the hood, their asses is going to get RICO. And if they don't, we need to cancel their ass. Those are the type of people that we should be canceling. If you're not contributing to strengthening us in this time when we need each other, you got to go. We don't care what happened to you because you didn't care what was going on with us. There's a policeman that was talking on he went to ABC broadcasting. He went on Channel 7. And he was talking about how something's going to come out that's going to blow the lid off of this case. I don't know if he meant that J. Prince Jr. was the one arguing with Quavo, because at first they was just saying that there was an argument. They wasn't saying who it was. But I don't think he gonna be able to slide out of this one. And when the father said, "You can't hide behind me or beside me," or whatever he was saying, I think he was talking to him. Because he's gone too far now. He let his friends come and do something like that in there to a superstar. You gotta be a crash out dummy. The only way I can see that he would do that is if it was a plan coming from high up. And even if they're gonna take the fall for it anyway. Somebody gotta take the fall for it because the public ain't gonna go for this one. He's too popular. They just got away with Jada Youngin, PNB Rock. Now they got Aaron Carter. He's a white boy but it's still attacking the genre of hip hop. He was a rapper. He was one of them white boys like Justin Bieber. I'm sure y'all don't really know Aaron Carter too good, but he was like a Justin Bieber. And it just looked like they sucked the soul out of him. Like he and Justin Bieber, they both look like old ass men. Justin Bieber looked like he an old ass man. He looked older than me. Why? He got all that money and fame. Shouldn't he look good for a young boy? Shouldn't he look young and rested and energized? That guy, remember when his face was all twisted up? What the hell is really going on out there, y'all? I think if you want to be an artist, you should stay independent. If you make $500,000, it's still $500,000 that you didn't have before. You don't need 5 million and 20 million, 30 million. You're just gonna be a mark anyway. Take your little money, get you a business, buy some property or something, rent that shit out, live like that. Y'all ain't gotta be in the spotlight with these people. It's too much going on. It's time for us to fall back from that industry for real. It's no good. But anyway, y'all, I'm not gonna beat y'all in the head, but that was just a thought that I had. J Prince Jr., I don't know. It could be that he's purposely or maybe subconsciously trying to destroy himself and his father's legacy. He's not bright at all. He's not bright, y'all. He should have put the little one in charge and have him do something else. Because he's a loose cannon, him and his mom ties. They're just messing up the whole, and they're messing up the industry now. They're a menace to society. It's like people on the streets is safer than people in the industry. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like you're living your life on the streets is more safer than being in the industry. And if money can't save you from getting shot in your head twice in front of all those people at a public event, where the hell are we going to be able to go? What type of entertainment can we have? Can't go to concerts. You can't go to no damn clubs. You can't go to the bar. I mean, what the hell is wrong with everybody? Like, can't y'all see what the hell is going on? Can't we say, okay, I don't get along with this person, but we at this party right now. There's mad people in here. We'll handle that when we handle that. Right now, we're just going to chill. The mortality rate, people ain't even living 25 years old. People being called OGs. It's our fault too, though. It's our fault. It's my generation played a big part in that because we was drunk with the money. They got us with the money on the streets. We was drunk. We was all over the place. We was having a ball. We was having fun and partying and making money. And they snuck these rules in. All of a sudden, you can't beat your child or discipline them. It was strategic, y'all. This shit didn't just happen like this. This is the results of the plan that we're seeing today. There's no city you could say is safe, and everybody trying to outdo each other with the murder rate. This is not GTA. This is real life. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get up over here. I just wanted to kick it with y'all for a minute. If I get any more news on what's going on, I'll drop a video or two. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. Peace and love. Stay safe out there.